Please pause for a moment of silence. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Northwest High School students in harm's way during yesterday's tornadoes.
And Logan's here with the weekly update.
Those stories coming up next on NHSTV.
As we all know, two large and unexpected tornadoes hit the DFW Metroplex yesterday, causing serious damage to area homes and businesses. However, you may not know that while NHS was in a shelter-in-place drill, some of our Texans were right in harm's way. The State Student Council Convention was wrapping up in Arlington, one of the areas where the tornadoes touched down. 12 of our STUCO students and advisors were in the Parks Mall in Arlington having lunch when the sirens went off.
And the guy came over the intercom saying, you know, take shelter, there's really bad tornadoes outside. So we're like, oh, okay. So they took us back into the shelters, which was like miles long around the mall, and it's just these concrete walls. And it went on forever and ever, and it was so crowded. And there's about 10 other schools there too, so it was mostly student council people. And we kind of just sat there for about an hour the first time, and then we were gonna leave again, and then they called over the intercom again, saying that there's another tornado, so we had to go back into the shelter for about 30 minutes again.
Also, Mrs. Wittenberg's sister's home, which lies just minutes from the mall, was hit by a tornado while the family bunkered down in the home's basement. No one was harmed or injured. Our thoughts go out to Mrs. Wittenberg and her family, and NHSTV will keep you informed on how we may be able to help in the near future.
Listen up, all juniors and seniors. If you're interested in dual credit or any other college opportunities, NCTC is having an open house tonight from 5:30 to 7:30. The event is come and go, and there will be tours and info sessions every 20 minutes.
One of NHS's counselors is in the studio with community service opportunities. Let's kick it over to Mr. Hayes.
Good morning, Texans. I have another opportunity for you to serve. Our Garden of Angels is a memorial for those who have died in the commission of violent crimes. This Saturday from 8 to 2, they're looking for 15 to 20 people to help clean up in time for their anniversary celebration. If you'd like to earn community service hours by helping this wonderful cause, please come to the Counseling Center and talk to me. My name is Mr. Hayes. While we're talking about community service, I'd like to also take this opportunity to remind you that permission slips for the big event are due. If you have lost yours or don't have one, please come to the Counseling Center or pick one up online. Thank you for your willingness.
Thanks, Mr. Hayes, and you never know what he'll come up with next. Here's Logan Davidson with the weekly update.
Hello and welcome to the Always Witty Weekly Update. I'm your humble host, Logan Davidson, and this week we start with the best news of this decade. Anchorman is getting a sequel. Yes, everyone, our prayers have been answered. Ron Burgundy and his news team are going to be on the big screen once again.
Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1, no touching of the hair or face. Of course.
Moving on from that bit of hilarity, a 93-year-old woman was forced to park her car permanently recently after over half a century of driving, and she set a world record when she did. It turns out that she's had the same car for 48 years and clocked an impressive 576,000 miles on it, which is 5 times more than the average first owner. Well, this just proves you're never too old to set a world record. And in some nerdy news, Star Wars Connect released this week, and it had an interesting feature called the Galactic Dance-Off. Here's some footage of what that is. And in some police news, 2 officers recently smashed a window of a Mercedes coupe to save a dog that they thought might be suffering from heat exhaustion, but it was only a stuffed animal. That's right, 2 police officers broke in a window on a Mercedes to save a toy dog. I guess this just proves the police are here to serve and protect, so long as you're a fake animal. Well, that's it for the news. Be sure to check out the Mr. Texan pageant on Tuesday and the talent show next Wednesday. From all of us here at NHSTV, stay classy, Northwest.
Thanks, Logan. Well, that's all for today's show, but tune in tomorrow for another Harkins movie preview.
Have a great day, Northwest.